Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stands. I'm Mark Goldbridge and we've got some breaking news coming in around the future of Marcus Rashford. Remember, AC Milan, Juventus and Dortmund have all been linked, but it's Barcelona. Breaking news in the last few minutes from Fabrizio Romano. Barcelona have been informed on the conditions of a loan deal for Marcus Rashford. Initial direct contact took place between Barcelona and the players' camp. It is early stages and no decision has been made yet. This is coming in from Fabrizio Romano. Now remember, Romano did say this morning, Juventus and AC Milan, Dortmund maybe, but there are other clubs looking at this. And Barcelona, it appears, is one of those clubs. What are your thoughts about that? Honestly, I just think this is the amazing situation we find ourselves in football, and it happens so often where you've got a player who is massively underperforming, massively problematic, and then when he wants to leave, or when the club want to move him on, you've got lots of clubs interested because I remember this happening with United and Icardi. Remember Icardi at clubs that he's been at, or Griezmann, or João Felix, and you're like, yeah, we'll have him. It's not unusual. There are some people out there going, this is a mistake to get rid of Rashford. This just shows how good Rashford is. It's been happening for decades. You have a player that doesn't work at a team and they've reached the end of the road and then he's available and other clubs go, yeah, we'll try that. You know, they ignore the reasons why because they think they can solve those problems. It's absolutely normal and it's actually a good thing for Rashford and it's a good thing for United because there are options. I mean, my big issue with this is how long is this going to take? I think if he had one choice, he'd have made it by now. The amount of choices he's got just drags this on. I don't think this is in his interest. Surely you just want to play football. You've not played for a month. And from Man United's point of view, it doesn't really matter because he's not going to play on Sunday anyway. But the sooner this gets resolved, the better. But also, you've got to take into account that it's a big decision. Barcelona in Spain, Dortmund in Germany, or the Italian clubs. Now, as far as I recall, and somebody in the chat will let me know, Dortmund, Barcelona and Milan are in the Champions League. And Juventus are in the Champions League. So actually, I think Rashford would be okay to play for any of those clubs. The question is, it's not necessarily his choice. If one of them come in and say, we really want him, for example, Barcelona have financial issues. If Barcelona come in and go, we really want you, and Rashford really wants Barcelona, but Barcelona say we can only pay 25% of your wage and the other clubs are going to play half, then Man United ain't going to play ball. Barcelona are second in the Champions League at the moment. Milan are 12th. Juventus are 14th and Dortmund are 9th. So they're all well in the conversation to finish in the top 8 and go through automatically, and they're all comfortably in the top 24, avoiding any issues with a qualifier. Going out completely, they'll be in a qualifier. So all 4 in the Champions League. I think Rashford could play in the Champions League, even though he's played in the Europa League. Interesting, very, very interesting. Where would I go? Depends what's on offer. I mean, Barcelona is I don't see a problem with any of these because essentially the Spanish league, German league and Italian league has half of it, which is pretty much easy pickings if you are Juventus, AC Milan, Barcelona and Dortmund. It's not like the Premier League. It's not as competitive from top to bottom. And therefore, he's going into a team that's not in 14th place as well. So he will be in teams that are doing well in their league, respectively. So he would expect to get chances. And if you give Rashford chances, I still believe he can score goals. So I'm not really bothered where he goes. From a Manchester United point of view, where is it best? Look, if he goes to Barcelona and doesn't score goals, but if he went to Milan and does, it's better he goes to Milan. It's where he's going to do the best. Now, personally, I think the Italian league might be the best place for him to go because the positive is that there's a lot of clubs interested in Rashford now on loan. If he goes away and scores goals, a lot of those clubs will probably be looking at him in the summer on permanent deals. So I don't think I'd be looking at the pathway of Sancho. I'd be looking at the pathway of Greenwood. Greenwood, Getafe got him to Marseille. Sancho, Dortmund got him to Chelsea. So it really is about your career over the last year has fallen off a cliff. You're nowhere near the England World Cup team and you're nowhere near, being respected as the player that you are. So you might need to stat pad a bit. You might need to go somewhere where you're just going to do well. And the best place to do that is the weakest league. So, and also you've got to look at the circumstances of where you're going to play. Rashford really wants to be playing off the left-hand side in the weakest league possible, scoring goals to enhance himself for a summer move. Now, can he play on the left-hand side for Barcelona? I don't know what the situation is there, but the last time I checked, you've got Yamal and Rafinha. AC Milan obviously have got Leao. Juventus, I'm not too sure how that works. Dortmund either. So he's got to look at where, selfishly, he's got to look at where is best suited for him. And it's not necessarily the name on the front of the shirt. It's about the name on the back of the shirt here, because that's something that some people have accused him of at United, and he needs to do it because he's got to put himself. He's got to look at this as the next 4 months is basically putting yourself in the shop window for the summer. You don't want to go somewhere and be a bit part player, but hey, I won the league with Barcelona. So he's got to guarantee himself game time. From what we've heard from AC Milan, they're looking to build a project around him. So I still think that AC Milan jumps out as the player at the moment that I would be looking at. Sky just reporting as well that PSG forward Mawani remains a player of interest to Manchester United. However, it's understood there has been no further contact since initial inquiries a few days ago, which is interesting. That's come in from Darmish Sheth. Yeah, well, look, I want things to move quickly. I want Manchester United to move forward on these deals. Look, the glamour and lure of Barcelona may well be too much for Rashford to refuse. I would urge caution and say it's not about putting yourself into a glamorous situation and not playing. It's a bit, which is what's happening at United at the moment. It's about you. It's about putting yourself into a situation where you can play football. And I think that is where Manchester United, well, it won't be down to Manchester United, it'll be down to Marcus Rashford himself. But yeah, I think it's certainly very interesting, and it fits in with what Romano has been saying, that beyond Juventus, AC Milan and Dortmund, there is other interest. And we do need to get to a point, though, where the talking stops. Like, start of the week, it was AC Milan, Juventus and Dortmund. Friday, Barcelona. We've even heard about Arsenal, which I think is a load of crap. But somebody needs to make a decision, because what I don't want is 2 more weeks of where's Rashford going show, because it's just PR. Like, it's just, oh, this player, this team wants him, this team wants him. Everyone just wants him to go. And surely he wants to play. Put yourself in the shop window. Let's get moving. But look, I say the more the merrier. On a loan deal, I always said, didn't I say, if I'm a president of a top European club and Marcus Rashford's available, I'm making the call, because I might be able to get him on loan. And if I can get him on loan, there's very low risk attached to that. So the more the merrier. And also, the more people get interested in him, the more chance we might get a loan with an obligation to buy, which is the golden ticket after all. Get your comments in. Let me know what your thoughts are. Rashford to Barcelona, or should he be going for a club where he's actually going to play? Would he play for Barcelona? Where's the best place for him? And what's the best deal for United? Get your comments in. We're back live at 8, but just a bit of breaking news coming in the last few minutes from Fabrizio. Take care. I'll speak to you in a bit. Make sure you smash a like and subscribe. And don't forget to get your comments in.